Good afternoon and welcome to Miss Romeo's class. Today we're going to be looking at the act of play and the benefit it has on people, both children and adults. Now I'm going to start by showing you a few pictures of some normal play. Here we've got a picture of a young boy and a young girl playing. Here we have a little boy playing in the snow. And here we've got some children playing at the beach. A young boy, a young girl, and another young boy. Now, what are some emotions that you think they might be feeling as they're playing? Go ahead and take about 1 minute to think about this. You might want to jot down some of your ideas as you're thinking so you do not forget. Okie dokie. Some emotions that I've heard are happy, as you can see from the smiles on their faces, enthused. This kid looks really excited. So they might be feeling happy, excited, enthused. Another thing they might feel, as in the first picture with the running, they might be feeling exhausted, tired, overworked. So let's go ahead and let's look at two of the photos. We'll look at the beach photo and then we'll also look at the playing in the snow photo, and we'll do a Venn diagram to show you the difference between kids who play and kids who do not play. So here we've got a Venn diagram, and we're going to put the benefits of play on this side, and we're going to put the not so great parts of not playing on this side. So when we first look at the benefits of play, we're going to look at the mental parts, the mental benefits of what happens when people play. So I'm going to start by writing mental here. One of the biggest benefits is the child's development. We see that when children get the opportunity to play, they develop their hand-eye coordination. They also develop their fine and large motor skills. Fine motor skills being when they're tying or weaving something. Those large motor skills when they're maybe throwing a bat, moving their arms in big motions. So we see a big development in both their hand, eye, and their coordination. Research has proven that kids who go to have play and go to recess do better with concentration in class. And they perform better on tests. From another mental perspective, there's also the social part, which we have. I'm going to go ahead and write over here so we don't run out of space. Here we've got social. They also are engaging in social skills. That's student to student or person to person engagement. We get the awareness of personal space, and also we get the confidence building, and we acquire an imagination. Now we're going to put it down here, at the physical benefits of play, we've got the physical activity, which then leads to a lower BMI, body mass index. We're less likely to feel mental illnesses like depression because we're getting that active engagement outside and both inside. Now, these are all some wonderful benefits of play. We also need to look over here at the disadvantaged children feel when they are limited in their play. So starting back at our mental, we need to look at what happens when we lack children's play, both at school and in their everyday life. One of the biggest is they're going to have a lack of development, both in coordination and hand-eye coordination. So we've got lack of coordination. Here in the classroom setting, you might see kids who struggle to hold a pencil correctly, write their name correctly, tie their shoes. So these are some things you might see every day when children don't get the activity or the outside play or both inside play that they need. Another is going back to the classroom setting, they might have difficulties concentrating. I know that when I've sat down for a while in a classroom, I'm ready to get moving, to get out of my seat, all of those things that kids are feeling, both students and adults are feeling when they're limited in their movements and limited in their play. Looking at a physical aspect, we hear physical aspect of lack of play. We're going to see more obese children and more obese adults. We've got a higher BMI because we're not getting that physical activity. Obese and higher BMI. And going back to our social development, we lack the social skills of interaction. So we have a lack of social skills. Limited interaction with children, with other students and other children. Our confidence and both our imagination are also limited. Okie dokie, guys. So as you can see, both the social, mental, and physical aspects of education benefit from play, both indoors and outdoors. And looking over here, you can see that there is a disadvantage for students who do not receive enough outdoor and inside play from the mental, the physical, and the social standpoint. So I want to ask you guys some questions as we end this lesson that I think could really get us thinking about how we can incorporate play into our everyday class routines. So that will be my first question. What are some ways that we could incorporate a little bit of play here and there in our lesson plans, into our curriculum? One thing I found really beneficial is the incentive of a good boogie break for kids. You know, when they've been sitting for quite some time, I find that, and they're getting bored, if I give them the incentive of getting through an activity and the reward of a boogie break, that getting that activity to imagination, talk with their friends, get the wiggles out, they perform so much better. And now another question is, how much time out of our day should we spend giving into play and physical activity for the most benefit for both academically and the developmental process? Should we be spending 50% of our day trying to incorporate play, 20% of our day? So I want you guys to think about how much time should we be including play into our activities. And my final question for the lesson, is there any way of tracking the progress that play has included? Not in the bigger scheme, but just in your class. How would you go about tracking if the play in your class that you're including is really benefiting your students? Is there any way of tracking the data? Is there any way of tracking their test scores? Anything like that? Thank you and have a great day. Oh my gosh, was it bad?